Hello and welcome back to Crosshatch Puzzles. We're here for another New York Times Daily Crossword Solve. It is currently Tuesday, December 16th, 2025, but I am back solving the puzzle from Sunday, December 14th. It is a collaboration between Zachary Edward-Brown and John Kugelman. John Kugelman is a regular contributor to the New York Times. I believe this is Zachary Edward-Brown's debut, and remarkably, he is only 16 years old and in the 11th grade. So that's quite an accomplishment. Will Shorts, who edits the puzzles, calls him a natural-born constructor. So it being a Sunday, we have an expanded grid, and we are expecting some kind of tricky theme. The title of the puzzle is Change Locations, which already seems to hint at some kind of trickiness, and we have some shaded squares and some circled squares. So we'll see what is going on with those as we get into the puzzle for Sunday, December 14th, a collaboration between Zachary Edward-Brown and John Kugelman. Let's get solving. Marvel superhero who can manipulate weather patterns, I believe, is Storm. Something fun to take out for a spin. Maybe a top, the children's toy. Shaquille O'Neal's alma mater for short. I don't have any clue. Parts of a hand. Cards, maybe a hand of cards. Irritate. Could be a lot of things. Recaps, don't know. Paul, whose house is one of the 16 historic sites of Boston's Freedom Trail. Is this Paul Bunyan, maybe? False alarm announcement, ? Don't know. Jedi in training is a Padawan. Spelled like that, I believe, although this looks weird. Maybe this is not Paul Bunyan, but Paul Revere. That actually makes much more sense for Boston. Sensible. Don't know. TV host Brzezinski. Should know this. That name sounds familiar, but I can't think of it. Number one choice in slang. Number one choice. I mean, I would have wanted something like goat here, but that doesn't make sense. Let's check some downs and see what we can get here. To relinquish is to cede. Gaspard de la Nuit composer is Maurice Ravel. We've got the circle here, so I'm going to be a little suspicious, but variety of violet. Is a pansy a variety of violet? Number one choice could be a fave. River that borders the Black Forest in Germany. Is this the Rhine, maybe? This is still fitting with pansy, though again, I'm not sure about what's going on here. Nickname for Mark's unsevered best friend in Severance. I have not seen Severance, I don't know. Word used 10 times in Roger Ebert's review of North, 1994. I only know this because of a Roger Ebert themed puzzle a little while ago. I think it's hated. I think he uses the word hated 10 times in that review. Urban safety hazard. Fire something, maybe? I don't know what this is. What about these? Turns back the clock, maybe. Rewinds? That's... Turns back the clock. You could rewind the clock. Maybe that's it. Opposite of volunteer. Volunteer the noun, volunteer the verb. Drag into or something? No ifs, ands, or buts. Volunteer versus a draftee. Okay. Someone who's drafted into, say, service, military service. Parts of many robots in Robot Sumo. Sensors, I guess. Render unto Caesar, I think. I think there's a quote from, I want to say Shakespeare, but I'm not sure. They turn red litmus paper blue. This is bases, as the opposite of acids in chemistry. Dissimilar, probably unlike, maybe. Hair-raising stuff, probably hair gel. The brother in Am I My Brother's Keeper is Abel. I'm not going to fill in this L, only because, again, I don't know what's going on with these. Viking 1 or Viking 2. Marslander? Maybe this is pansy, just straight ahead. Sierra Automaker. I don't know. It's a numbers game. Keno is a numbers game, a gambling game. Put into piles, perhaps, to sort. Like the number of Oscars vis-a-vis the number of Emmys. fewer. That makes sense. Emmys covering both, well, Emmys for television, Oscars for film. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's just less, fewer. Gaming mogul Gabe, I don't know. Ernst Stavro Blofeld to James Bond. An enemy, maybe? 911 responder and emergency medical technician. Thumbprint alternative on iPhones. Face ID. A beat poet blank Cassidy. I should know this too, but I don't. Indication of bad service could be no tip. Tortilla de patatas, por ejemplo. I don't know what a tortilla de patatas, like a potato flatbread. I don't know what they're after there. Marching band tempo setters, probably drum lines here. Is this Gabe Newell? Longtime record label of Elvis Presley. Is this RCA? Cafeterias. Non-premium option in a ride-share app. Uber or something. Uber X? Uber One? I don't really do it. Ride shares. Cafeterias. Cantinas, maybe? Nell Cassidy? That could be, and this could be Newell. Blackish error. Oh, is this GMC? Oh, the GMC Sierra. Okay, fine. Is this going to be NBC then? Urban safety hazard. Fire. I don't see it. Puff piece? Question mark? What kind of puff are we after here? Parking space for an airstream, say in brief. I don't even know what an airstream is. Soldiers with long arms. Long arms. Like rifles? Probably ends in an S, right? Football blocker. Football blocker. And there's a question mark here indicating some kind of pun. I don't know what that's after. Let's check these downs here. Surveyed without. Scoped out, maybe? Early track star Jim, not a clue. Resident of Honolulu, for example in Oahuan. Honolulu is on the island of Oahu, is that right? Pollution fighting organization, the Environmental Protection Agency. Sensible, prudent. Internet blank. Internet meme. To irritate is to touchless payment tech. RFID. To irritate is to chafe, as in something itchy. Jim Thorpe, maybe? False alarm announcement. False alarm announcement. Ooh, I'm something. Cheat on, in a way. Surgery sites in brief are ORs, operating rooms. Video game character with an endless appetite. Pac-Man. Oops. There we go. Recaps. Again, noun or verb. Could be either way anyway. I don't know. Ooh, I'm false alarm. Game of Thrones actor Gillen or Gillen. I don't recognize that name. Major coin producer. Major coin producer. Is this going to be mint here at the end? Area inside the free throw line in basketball slang. Is this the paint? What if this is mint? Cheat on, in a way, could be two-time. Okay. Recaps. Wrap-ups, maybe? Or wraps up. Be in a chat room, but not chat. That's, you could say you're lurking, if that's the case. Alternative to the euro in brief, US dollar maybe? Ooh, I'm so scared. False alarm announcement. All right, fine. Louisiana State University maybe? Soldiers with long arms not ending in an S. Spearmen. Is this Petey? Nickname? What might be made while clasping one's hands? A plea? A prayer of some kind? Football blocker net? Some kind of net? This looks wrong. Maybe this is ABC. A fire trap? Urban safety hazard? A puff piece? Oh, is a vape that you use to puff, to vape. Ball net? Football blocker? No, it won't be ball. Goal net? Australia's largest carnivorous mammal. I have no clue. Addresses angrily. Snaps at? No. Something like that, though. What is this? Part of a legendary boast. Skips all the ceremony? Question mark. Astronaut Ochoa, the first Hispanic woman in space. I remember hearing about this, but I cannot remember her name. Australia's largest carnivorous mammal. A kind of tea? Do we want a rumor here? Ruler before 1917, maybe a Tsar before the Russian Revolution. Oh, an RV lot? Is that what an Airstream is, an RV? Site of some Santa sightings, a pole, the North Pole. Amy Winehouse, for example. This looks weird, though. Site of some Santa sightings. I'm going to erase this just for a second. Particularly particular, I don't know. I mean, kind of. He had a Billboard Hot 100 hit with Rubber Ducky. This is Ernie from Sesame Street. That's funny. Brand name for naproxen. Oh, I thought this was Aleve, but maybe there's another brand name for it. Like YouTube offerings. On video? That's a little weird. And that would make this a V, which is... Oh, then maybe this is... Oh, maybe this is canteens, not cantinas. Aleve. On video looks right then. Prefix with natal, neonatal. Part of NYE, New Year's Eve. Interview whom Ali G calls my man Buzz Lightyear here. Who was Buzz Lightyear? Isn't that Tom Hanks? No, Buzz Lightyear was Tim Allen? Who was Buzz Lightyear? Tom Hanks was but a Woody. Rough drafts like gales, gale force winds, that kind of thing, crossed the international date line from east to west or west to east, depending on how you look at it. Gained a day. Like soft rolls. Sci-fi sequel of 1986. 86, sci-fi. Is this not correct, gained a day? Lowercase, like lowercase i's and j's are both dotted. Like a bubble bath, sudsy. Star pitcher, question mark. An agent who would pitch roles for their stars. Ragu à la bolognaise, slow cooked sauce. Brief announcement from a pilot. ETAs, brief announcements, yeah. Subject of Newton's first law is inertia. Like soft rolls. Yeasty, okay. Something states here. I think. Altered states? Aliens, the sci-fi sequel, and this is Ole Miss. Is this altered? Play a part or part of a play is an act or to act. Loopy writing is cursive altered states. What? Aldrin? Oh, Buzz Aldrin. Buzz Lightyear. Okay, gotcha. That's fun. Alici. Okay. Frosty is cold. Other to Octavio is Otra. Octavio, I thought was an Italian name, but Otra is in, or Otro maybe, is in Spanish, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Letters for an unscheduled event, TBA. Where high schoolers work on their numbers, ? Glee club, perhaps? That or that in logic, I have no idea. My logic symbols are a little out of date. I mean, kind of. What? Something seems wrong here, but I don't know what it is. I'm not that confident about Newell, but I can't see what else it would be. Amy Winehouse, for example. Huh. Many characters in the 2007 comedy Superbad. They were teens, I think. Articles are written in this, prose. Commences. Is it not prose? Hair care item often associated with black culture. Hair care item. I want Afropick here, but drink also known as honey wine. That's mead. So I guess not Afropick. Commences. Opens. Wordless entertainment, mime maybe. Fundamental rules of math are axioms. Like hell, hell is hot. Enjoying a soak, something ing. Oh, a do-rag hair care item. Hairstyle item, I would say more than hair care, but maybe hair care as well. To dwell on the past. Particularly particular could be anal. A negator, maybe? Exceptionally hard timber, something wood, anyway. And this looks weird. Oh, much obliged, IOU1, okay. Like many indie films, I don't know. Starship's medical facility, a sick bay. Fiddler on the Roof, matchmaker is Yenta or something. Bathing, enjoying a soak. Doll that comes in multiple body types, skin tones, eye colors, and hair colors. Ken. Bundled up. Clad, maybe? Ren fair prop akin to a halberd, a poleaxe. Sign me up. I want in. Oops, wrong letter there. It was Yenta after all. Like some milk, idiomatically spilt milk. Don't cry over it. Like many indie films. Don't know. Did some school reporting. What kind of school? What kind of reporting? Not sure. Reluctant to ask out one's crush, maybe shy. Don't give up, try. Arty, indie films are arty. Did some school reporting. I still don't see that. Hilarious, what a hoot. Maybe. Tattled, that's funny, school reporting. Swear, to swear or a swear. To swear, to avow maybe. Plant watcher for short. OSHA, the Occupational Health and Safety Association or whatever it is that would be vigilant over workplace abuses in power plants or other kinds of industrial plants. Shylock's security. I don't know what that is. I should know, but I don't remember. Clothing for SWAT teams. Vests, maybe bulletproof vests. Who said it's hard to be humble when you're as great as I am? Muhammad Ali, I think. Shylock's security. Flesh? I don't understand that. Engineer Gray, who arguably invented the telephone and battled Alexander Graham Bell over it in court for years. Alicia Gray, does that sound right? First chimpanzee to orbit Earth, I don't remember the name. Remodel and resell some real estate. Oh, what is this called? Flip or something? Flip. Something. Skips all the ceremony. Elopes, maybe? Season to enjoy une glace is été, an ice cream, I guess. Alicia or Alicia? Not sure. Part of a legendary boast. Still don't see that. Ooh, I'm running into some trivia here. Addresses angrily. It's going to be at something. To flip a house, maybe? Adele's song with the lyric I must have called 1,000 times is hello. Camera type in brief SLR. Exceptionally hard timber. Ironwood. And then this does look like negator, but is it negator or negator? Not sure still. The Simpsons character who becomes obsessed with crossword puzzles is Lisa. That's fun. Ballpark figure. Hits, maybe? Football blocker, I still don't see what that is. Ballpark figure. Kind of tea. Why don't I see what this is? Is this literal tea, or is this like gossip, or is it something else that I'm not seeing? Site of some Santa sightings. What? Santa sightings. The mall Santas. Kind of tea is Assam, which technically is the origin, not the kind, but okay, fine. Is this goal net? Ballpark figure. Outs? You'd see on the scoreboard how many outs. And then this is flip a house. This does look like goal net. Dingo, Australia's largest carnivorous mammal, fine. Ellen Ochoa would make sense here. What mint? Major coin producer. Snarls at? Denver Mint? Okay, I think there's a mint in Denver. That would make sense. Part of a legendary boast. Veni Vidi Vici from Caesar, Julius Caesar. Enos, I guess, and Alicia Gray here. Okay. And what do we have for Amy Winehouse? Alto and a negator. Okay. I mean, kind of, not exactly. So this is Uber X, and this is TLPA, or is something else wrong here? I don't like this. Maybe this is Neil Cassidy, or Neil Cassidy like this. I'm gonna put the T in here, and I'm gonna guess tapa. Oh, it could be tapa, a small plate. Let's see if that's right. Okay. I did not even pay attention to the theme. Altered states is what we have here. And how? Okay, so... Okay. So basically, and this is odd for a Sunday to not have to even pay any attention to the theme, but I'm gonna just sort of put my cursor above so that we can see the shaded squares here. So OHIM is Ohio, but with an M. This here, Vermont with an I instead of an O. Marslander here has Maryland, but with an S instead of the Y. Here we have IPAHO, Idaho, except a P instead of the a D. We have here Maine, with the A replaced with an L. Here we have Utah, but with the A replacing the U. Here we have Texas, but with a C replacing the S. Here Iowa, but with an E replacing the A. And here Nevada, but with a D replacing the V. And if you take all these letters together, MISPLAND, M-A-C-E-D, misplaced, is what's going on here. I wonder if those missing letters are somewhere else. What would the missing letters be? O-O-Y-D-A, O-O-Y-D-A-U-S-A-V. O-O-Y-D-A-U-S-A-U. I don't think that's anything. I'm going to go ahead and say it's just this direction that we're looking for these. Okay. So, I mean, I that's a fine theme. Again, it seems a little bit light for me to not actually have to alter your approach to solving any of the clues in order to be able to achieve the theme. It's fun. And let's just take a quick look at some of the trickier clues in here. False alarm announcement. This might be a debut entry. Ooh, I'm so scared. I can't imagine that particular thing would have been in the puzzle before. This ended up being Mika Brzezinski, which I don't actually recognize, so I'll have to look up who that is. Same with Aidan Gillen. I'm not sure who that is. I have not seen Game of Thrones. I'll have to double check that Render Unto Caesar is, in fact, a reference from William Shakespeare. We did have also another one, Veni Vidi Vici, which is attributed to Caesar, not from Shakespeare, I don't think. I'll have to try and think of who attributed that to him also. A lot of trivia here that I didn't quite have right away, but it was able to get through through crosses. Football blocker, I still don't really get this pun. Goal net. I mean, is that just the net behind the goal? And in the sense that it blocks the football from going any further. It seems a little weird to me. I'm not sure. Hair raising stuff doesn't have the question mark, but a hair gel is there. What else? Puff piece is fun for vape. I think I've seen that clue before now that I think about it. Plant watcher is a tricky clue for OSHA. Sight of some Santa sightings got me for a long time. I was convinced it was pole, but obviously it was not. What else? Oh. No, okay. 19, okay, shaded squares contain. It did, so this is the revealer. It doesn't have a revealer about the circled squares, but that's okay. That's fine. Star pitcher is a good clue for an agent, like an acting agent. I don't know, Jim Thorpe, you have to look that up as well. I haven't seen lurk in the puzzle in a while, but it does tend to come up once in a while. I didn't go over Ava DuVernay, but that's there. Turns back the clock, maybe. I mean, I guess this is punny because turns back the clock means something in particular, but this literally means that's what you would do if you're rewinding a clock. You'd turn it back. What else? This, again, I only knew because we had a previous grid that highlighted this particular review. Skips all the ceremony is pretty fun for elopes. I remember this bit of trivia, but didn't remember the name. That's good to have in here. Not really sure who Gabe Newell is. Nor Blofeld. I don't know if that's just the name of the character or if there's a nickname that character has. Did some school reporting is a fantastic clue for Tattled. I love this clue for Ernie and Rubber Ducky. This got me until the very end, this Tapa here. I didn't know what they were after, but that's fine. Rough Drafts is a good clue for Gales. Still not convinced about this, unless Octavio is also a Spanish name. Maybe it is. Oh, Octavio Paz is a Spanish poet, so that must be. Okay, never mind. Okay, and I think that's that's it. So a pretty straightforward Sunday theme, I have to say. But lots of good cluing and good fill throughout, a pretty interesting looking grid. Yeah, lots of good stuff in here. So a great debut for Zachary Edward-Brown, I think, and collaborating with John Kugelman, a good Sunday puzzle. And that's all for today. Thank you for joining me. If you liked this solve, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to know when I'm posting next, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time on Crosshatch Puzzles. Cheers.